Shalom, 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 Israel. Want to give a call out Yahweh, Bashima Mashak, Wamalak Yahushua. That's giving all honor and praises to the Most High God and to his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I'm Officer Donovan with the Battle Axes of the Most High. It's coming at y'all again with another Sabbath. Well, coming into the Sabbath, bringing y'all into a mighty and beautiful Sabbath. Still in the dedication spirit. Here at the Battle Axe, we're still celebrating our dedications. Still going hard and mighty for the Most High God. Shalom, 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 brothers and sisters that tune in. Y'all like, share, and subscribe, and help us push the truth around the four corners of the earth. Title of the class is Alms, Build the Temple. Alms, Build the Temple. Kind of meditating and sitting on this class. And what better time to bring it out than during the Feast of Dedication? Because a lot of times, brothers and sisters just think that, since I don't have monetary, I don't have money, I don't have funds, I don't have the income to give the alms to the camp, well, I just won't. Or when I got it, they already don't need it, so I just keep it. A lot of times we do these things and we hold back on certain things. And that's how the Lord does with blessings. When you're kind of slack, you don't want to put in the work, you don't want to give, you're always open to receive, but never to give it back, right? This is how the Lord does with increases, with spiritual gain, spiritual understanding, whatever the case may be. And I just kind of wanted to go into this class, and just kind of have my mind. I'd have been truly trying to meditate on this class. And shoot, I just pray brothers and sisters are edified by this thing, man. Shalom, shalom, Jeremy Jordan. Shalom, shalom, Ak Lamar, man. Shabbat shalom, brothers and sisters that's tuning in. It's kind of, because alms, like I said, is a big topic. Alms can be spiritual, physical, guess what, financial, all these things, right? Alms can be whatever you give to the Most High God wholeheartedly. You can give wicked alms to the Most High God, like Cain and Abel, right? You can bear wicked things and give it to the Most High God. You can do righteous things and give righteous alms to the Most High God. And in the spirit of dedication, whatever you're putting in and the work that you're putting in is what's building your temple. All those alms and everything that you're putting into your body, you're ultimately building up your own personal temple, right? Watch this. Let's get the precept. Here we go. The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 5. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 5. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, an holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifice acceptable to Yahweh by Hamashiach Yahushua. So think about it. It said we are lively stones, built up a spiritual house. So guess what? This spiritual house, this spiritual temple that brothers and sisters will be talking about throughout this week, that brothers and captains, mighty officers, and other soldiers have brought out this week during classes. These are the spiritual houses and the lively stones that the Most High God was talking about, what Christ was talking about. And when? 1 Corinthians 3 and 16, right? 1 Corinthians 6 and 18. This is what the Most High God was talking about when he says, hey, perform the righteous rehearsal, doing these things decency and in order, building up your temple, keeping the leaven out of your house, right? This is what the Lord is mentioning. Your own spiritual house, so you can give what? Spiritual sacrifice. How do you do that? By giving alms. Guess what? You see the damn building is dirty. You putting your hand in, cleaning the building. You see, brother and sister might need help cooking, prepping. Guess what? You in there. Brother might need help reading. You there to read. Sister might need help learning how to sew, how to fringe, how to, whatever the case may be. Brothers and sisters are there because why? That's their spiritual sacrifice for the Most High God. If we're all temples of the Most High God, you would want to be doing your best to give the best alms to help and aid brothers and sisters. And what? Building their temples, keeping their temples grounded, keeping their temple. Guess what, man? Tending to your other likewise brothers and sisters, man. You helping other brothers and sisters is helping you build up your own house as well. And this is why, I'm going to read it again. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, an holy priesthood, to offer a spiritual sacrifice, acceptable to Yahweh by Mashiach Yahushua. And that's the main point. These things have to be acceptable to the Lord. If it's not acceptable to the Lord, and by Mashiach Yahweh Shai, it's rejected, it's casted out, it is counted as spittle, man. We have to make sure whatever we are given to the Most High God, whether it be now, after the Feast of Dedication, going towards Passover, into the start of the new year, right? That you're giving the most and the best that you possibly can to the Lord. Because if you're not, you're doing these things amiss, and the Most High God is not acceptable with these things. Let's get a classic precept. Let's go to Colossians. Colossians chapter 3. Let's go to Colossians chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 17. The book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Father by him. Salakia. It says, so whatever we do in word or deed, man, anything that we should do, anything that we go out to do and set forth our hands to do, we do all in the name of the Lord. So like Job's wife, she cursed God and died. She did that all in the name of the Lord, man. And so think about it. A lot of times when we're given these certain things, when we're cursing, hating, having secret hatred, envy, malice, strife towards a certain brother and sister, whatever you're doing, the little sneakiness, the pettiness, oh, I ain't gonna make her food. I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna help that brother. Hell no, I ain't gonna. These are all things that you're doing in front of the Lord. You're doing it all before the Lord, man. Whether it be good or bad. All these things are gonna be judged and weighed, man. So brothers and sisters have to think and be mindful of what's going on. Knowing that, hey, I got an opportunity and I might not make it to the kingdom because I'm choosing to dwell and meditate and be stuck on somebody and be stuck in his business, be stuck in other mess and other drama when I could be building my own temple. Because a lot of times, brothers and sisters, some people don't like building a temple. They like tearing it down. That's what it says in Proverbs, right? Let's get that real quick. It's about a woman, but just an example. See if I can find it. Boom. The book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. So guess what? A foolish woman, and we know Israel as a whole can be counted as a woman. So guess what? This counted as the men too. It says a wise woman, she buildeth her house. How do you build it? With spiritual gain, spiritual knowledge, understanding, like Solomon did when you're reading 1 Kings chapter 5, right? What did he do? I mean, 1 Kings chapter 3, right? This is what he did, man. He built his house up. He asked for wisdom and understanding to judge the nations and to judge his mighty people. And then what did the Lord ultimately do? He gave him everything, and then he built a mighty house, man. Guess what? He built the temple. They laid out the groundwork, but guess what? All these things have to be done in wisdom and in order. Whenever you out of order, all you're doing is plugging down your own house. Guess what? Those winds that's blowing, like you read in Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21 on down. All those winds and the damn rain, the thunder, the lightning, all these things are beating vehemently upon your house. The Lord didn't just say it was going to be, guess what, bills, strange calamities. No, it's going to be envy, strife, hatred among other brethren and other sisters, contentions. These things within your household. Those are some of the times and the tests and the temptations that come upon us when we're trying to build our house. Just because you see somebody else tearing down their house and want to pull you down with them, you don't do that. You stand bold, you stand firm in the ways of the learning of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You stay grounded, you stay fruitful, you stay meek, you stay humble and lowly. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Like, we'll say the story, the three little pigs, right? We know we do three little lambs. Think about it. They all built three separate homes. One made it out of straw. The other one made it out of hay, I believe, and the other one made it out of brick. Something like that. Think about all three brothers all knew that that big bad wolf was going to come and was going to blow them down. They knew the trials that was set ahead of them. Guess what? One of them didn't care, prepared their house with straw, knowing damn well straw wasn't strong enough. But guess what? I'm still going to do it. Think about how many hard-headed and simple-minded brothers and sisters we have today, knowing what they're doing is wrong, but are too prideful enough to let it go and say, hey, I'm still going to dedicate this wicked spirit, this wicked body to the Most High God. Oh, well, so be it. He'll change me. He know my heart. These are brothers and sisters in the truth. You ain't got the other person. Made it out of hay. Hay is not just as strong. It's not strong enough. But you're trying. But it's not enough. You know you could have did better if he took more time, put in more effort. What you're reading, you're studying. You see a brother excelling mightily through the precepts. Always got questions. Always might have an answer. They're reading better. They're teaching better. They're learning faster and at growing in rapid rate. You can see the zeal. You can see the spirit on that brother and sister. And you wonder how they doing it. Well, I do my one precept a day, and that's just enough for me. Well, maybe, hey, if you feel like you're not gaining enough, maybe up the ante to 2 precepts a day, right? Not 1 chapter, 2 chapters a day. Or guess what? I'm going to read twice a day, not just once a day. Whatever you have to do to up the ante. But these things come with the understanding. You knowing trials and tribulations are going to come. So how do you prepare yourselves for these days? Then the last one made his house out of brick. Now, he seen his brothers being lazy, slacking off, not really doing the work that they needed to do. They all knew the task at hand, but they still didn't do it. And then what did that brother do? He let him in. So when the big bad wolf came, guess what? He had a shelter, man. A lot of times we see a lot of beat and battered down brothers and sisters in this truth. Seeing they not really truly putting in the work, seeing they really not doing these things, seeing they really not being true servants of the Most High God. And then when they need something to lean on, you ain't there to help them. That's not a humble and meek and lowly spirit, and that's not what the spirit that Christ was going in, man. That's why the Lord went. That's why Christ went, literally, to the sick, to the lame, to the broken, right? That's literally precept of Isaiah 61. That's the gospel. Going to the poor, going to those bound in the prison houses, man. Those who don't know how to control themselves, who don't know how to do the work, who need help. This is who he went for. He opened up the house, that brick. And guess what? When those temptations, them trials and tribulations, aka that big bad wolf came, they tried to blow it down. And he played, and guess what? He kept them strong, man. That's just a story, but guess what? You can always look at things in many different aspects, man. Brothers and sisters have to remain humble, meek, and lowly in the midst of building your temple. Because your temple might look like Solomon's temple. And their temple might look like the temple Moses had. It was just a tent. Does that make it any less significant? No. Because they're all serving the Most High God. So we have to be humble, meek, and lowly, and open enough to when a brother and sister may need help, or you see them struggling, see them falling, that you still have that door open and that passageway for them. And with that being said, there's many different lots in this thing, right? Because watch this. There's many different lots. Let me go to Luke. Let's go to Luke chapter 14. Go to Luke chapter 14 and verse 28. It says, for which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether you have sufficient to finish it, right? It said, how many of us going and building and we don't never sit back and be like, well, what would it take to get to that point? How many hours truly would I have to dedicate to try to become a captain one day, an officer, a leader in Israel, right? A game changer. How long would it take me to actually be that sister Dorcas of the congregation, that virtuous woman, not only for myself, my household, any brother and sister who need me? How long would it take me to become an aged sister? How long would it take? Do brothers and sisters actually sit down and count the cost? Or do they just do the work and expect instant gratification to come with it? Because if you're counting the cost, you have to account for what? People not being accepting of the amount of work that you're doing, being envious, having secret hatred. You have to understand these things, man. You also have to understand you'll see people in this walk not doing the same amount of work as you, not trusting the Lord as much as you did, not reading enough, not studying as much as you've seen, them falling by the wayside. You was going to see all four of these types of Israelites on your walk. But you have to count the cost and accommodate for these things, man. Guess what? Putting extra food in the storehouse, not only for yourselves, but for who? For all those that seek learning and aid and comfort. This is what comes with counting the cost. And this is what comes building your temple. Because you got to have extra houses, extra room for, guess what, guests. You don't just make your own temple for yourself. You building it up, but guess what? You always that comfort. You always that open door, man. Like Christ's arms, he was stretched all the fourth day long for all those who came to him. Guess what? We do the same thing. Now, there is wisdom behind these things. You are mindful of the people that you do let in your temple, let into your mind, let into your own personal homes, right? There's wisdom behind all these things, right? So don't think too vain and vague about it. Think about these things in the spiritual aspect. How many times have we not counted the cost and did something or started something and we wasn't sufficient enough to finish it? How many times have we truly done that, brothers and sisters? You committed yourself to, I'm going to read 5 chapters this week. And I'm going to make sure as soon as I wake up, I'm going to read. Then you wake up that Sunday or that Monday, one day during the week, and you tired. And the first thing you do is you snooze. But you told the Lord the first thing you was going to do, you was going to wake up and read. But then the second thing you did was snooze. Then when you got up, you seen you was late. So the first thing you did once you truly got up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you use the restroom, you put your clothes on. But you committed to the Lord, you was going to read first. You were going to pray first. But now you got all these other things. Now I'll read when I get to work. Now you're getting to work a little late. You got to catch up. Oh, I'm going to catch up first and then I read. Then you catching up all day. Now it come to lunchtime. Man, I just kind of want to chill, kind of eat my lunch. I only got a 15-minute break. I only got 30 minutes. I'm going to tell you, even though our lunches don't feel like about nothing. And you just like, okay, I'll for sure read when I get home. Now you get home, you're tired. You've been in traffic for an hour. You're kind of dragging. If you got children, your children, daddy, mommy. You got your significant other now. Whatever the case is. Now it's 10 o'clock again. You're trying to read. You're trying to do these. Now you're kind of drifting off in your sleep. The 5 chapters you said you're going to read, you 1 chapter in and you're already nodding. Think about these things. You didn't count the cost, man. A lot of times we don't count the cost with things and we don't understand it. And therefore we make mental errors and mistakes, man. And it's all about, guess what, having discipline. Having that time and having that dedication of knowing that, hey, I have to make sure I dedicate this to the Lord. If I don't do this, then guess what? I'm not building. I'm not working. I'm not moving towards anything. I'm not making any progress. And we all want to keep making progress and going forward and pressing towards the mark. Because ultimately, guess what? What do we all want? We want the kingdom, man. And the kingdom does not come by idleness. It does not. Let me see. I'm missing all these comments, man. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Mary Houston. Brother, the house of Daniel, man. Shalom. Hope you brother and sister can make it out tomorrow, man. Most High willing. Sure want to see all y'all. Pray for them and Ned Taylor, that's right. Shabbat Shalom, Kings James of Judah, Shalom. Says Shalom. Good night. I read these 2 scriptures, Ecclesiastes 25 and 26 and Matthew 19 and 19. How these 2 scriptures apply to us today. Okay, all praises. Says still have to make time no matter what. That's right. That's right. You have to make time, man. Because we make times and provisions for carnal things. Like, I know a lot. I've been kind of heavy on myself, man. And I have every right to be. Me moving up in leadership statuses, I have to up the ante on what I'm doing for the Most High God now. Things that I used to do and time I used to have to myself, now I have to commit a little bit more of that to the Most High God. And I have been slacking. I haven't been doing as much as I need to do. And I don't feel fulfilled as being a good servant of the Most High God. And guess what? I'm taking this dedication heavy. Trying to make sure I get my mind right to do more. Trying to fast more, read more, study more, pray more, right? Be more attentive to my congregation. Don't slack and don't be ignorant of any small thing that I may see. Act upon those things, right? This is something that I'm personally trying to do and dedicating myself to the Lord to do so that I can become a great servant of the Lord, a great, guess what, role model, a great, guess what, all these things that we have to do in order to make it to the kingdom, in order to be, guess what, great leaders in this truth, great followers in this truth, and whatever we must need be, right, for the kingdom of righteousness' sake. Read this again. Luke chapter 14, verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest haply, after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. No brother and sister ever wants to see this, man. Nobody ever wants to see this. You don't never want to see a brother or sister in the world, family member. Likewise, brothers and sisters in this truth. You came in with all these intentions, all these goals, and all these aspirations, and then you just fell by the wayside. You stopped building. You got the foundation, then you just backed up. Now, brothers and sisters looking at you like, yeah, that was just a little fling, a little season you had. I knew it wasn't going to last. Here, cuz, here, get this here. Take your mind off it. Don't worry about it. God still love you. John 3:16. Now you're believing that. Now you're just in Philippians. Now you're back in Galatians, right? Now you're back thinking God loves everybody. I'm chilling. I'm out the way. I don't do too much. I just smoke. I'm chill. You know what I'm saying? I got my little yeah. Now look at you. You making provision for the flesh again. And they're not saying it to your face. They're happy to see you and be around you. But guess what? Just the same way they mocked you and laughed you to scorn when you was in the truth, think how much more when they seen you start something you wasn't able to finish it. Oh, yeah, that's just Donovan. He ain't nobody. He ain't did it. I knew he wasn't going to do it. I knew that it wasn't going to last too long. I gave him a year to talk. You remember I bet that bet with you way back? You remember? I told you weren't going to make it that long. How many times have brothers and sisters seen these things, man? That you should have, man, I'm tired of y'all seeing y'all out here on the streets. Well, guess what? We tired. Hey, we tired. We ready for the Lord to come back too. But guess what? Until then, he said, hey, we're going to keep going and we're going to keep pushing. No stop, man. Khan, he said we're not able to come down, but we're celebrating here at home. Khan, all praise to the Most High, sis. Man, I know we're going to have to try to make something happen, sis. Get y'all down here, or we all go and bombard, man, and go have a party down there. Got to do something, man. Got to. Most High willing, for sure. But all praise to the Most High, y'all able to keep that thing down there. I pray all you brothers and sisters are keeping the Feast of Dedication, man. And everybody is truly trying to rededicate their temple to the Most High God, man. All praises. But guess what? This is what we all trying to do. We're always trying to dedicate and better ourselves to the Most High God, right? Because if we're not doing these things, we're not truly growing and we're not trying to grow. Let's get this precept. Let's go to Sirach. This is a precept that I personally have been meditating on since I came across it. This is Sirach, chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 32. The book of Sirach, chapter 6, and verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. Now, I love this precept so much because ultimately it's saying what? If you wanted to, you would. Because a lot of times we say, man, I'm finna read. Finna. I used to get in trouble for saying finna. I don't know, brothers and sisters. My granny and them used to say, finna. What is finna? Fixing. No, man, just do it now. Because if you wanted to, you would. It said, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. If you wanted to, you would. A lot of times, brothers and sisters missed out on reading because guess what? You just truly didn't want to. You truly didn't want to serve the Lord right then. You truly didn't want to put your mind to study. Well, I did, but, no. You really didn't. You wasn't fixing to do nothing, man, right? You wasn't finna do nothing, because if you was, you would have did it. Like, my brother and sister got to use the restroom. Man, I got to go pee. Guess what? You ain't finna just keep sitting there. I got to go. I'm finna go pee in a minute. And then you pee and you say, well, why'd you do that? Your body is going to do it regardless. So guess what? What you should do regardless? You should know that, hey, regardless of whatever happens, I need to read right now. If I just got to step away, step to the side, do something. If I got to go take a fake restroom break just to make sure I get a little precept in, all praises. Whatever you must needs be. Because it says, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. If you want to get understanding of these precepts, if you want to be prudent and you want to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, then you will. And how do you do it? You apply yourself to the scriptures. I've never seen a brother and sister start reading their Bible, applying themselves to know the law, statutes, commandments, and applying them and not grow. It just won't happen like that. The precepts don't line up like that. If you applying yourself, you're going to be taught. That's literally what it says. It says, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou would apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. Watch this, read on. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. But this is right now, if you loving to hear the word of the Lord, guess what you're going to do? You're going to receive understanding. You're going to sit there and watch the classes, no matter how long, no matter the duration, no matter the amount of precepts you can couple into an hour. Maybe if it's 4 precepts, well, I'm here and I love every precept and I want all the understanding. If it's 1,000 precepts in an hour, all praise to the Most High. I probably didn't get it that first time. I'll watch it again. Why? Because I love to hear it and I want to receive the understanding. A lot of times, brothers and sisters, we give up so early and we give out so quick, man. And we got to apply ourselves to these things. We do. We have to truly apply ourselves to the Most High God. And that's the only way he'll be able to give us that increase. That's it. Because if we love to hear the word of the Lord, we'll receive understanding. It says, if thou bow down thine ear, thou shalt be wise. Brothers and sisters, everybody who's in the comments reading, that's listening to class, y'all are bowing down y'all ear to receive understanding. You're loving what you're doing. It's something you could have been doing on any given day, even getting closer to these wicked holidays. You could have been doing something way different, man. Could have still been in the world freaking off. Could have still been doing anything, but you chose to be here. That's right. Some do go full speed and they end up out this truth. That's right. But those people who truly hunker down and love to do these things, that's why the Lord always uses these like-minded words, applying, love, understanding, and all these things. That's why he always uses these words, because if you love the Lord, you're going to apply these things. If your son loves you, what is he going to do? When you tell him to do something or you talking to him, what is he doing? He's applying his full mind and understanding to trying to receive and understand what you're telling him. I said, hey, son, listen to me, okay? And he's right there, just looking. Yes, Dad, whatever you need. I'm going to try. If I don't get it, I'm going to try to understand it. Come on. But this is something that we have to do for our Lord, right? For Yahweh. Because we already seen Yahweh Shai do it. Now, we have to live after that same example of serving our Father, right? It says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow down thine ear, thou shalt be wise. And that's right, man. Because watch this. Let me jump down. Verse 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. When brothers and sisters see brothers and sisters who learned in this truth, man, hey, you should always, man. I used to have a brother. I don't know if it was when I was in the truth or not. He was always coming to me, hey, let me get to hear a wise word, man. Give me a wise word. I can't remember when it was. And I always would try to just give him something. He's like, man, I sure appreciate that, man. I needed that one for today. Oh, dude, man. But guess what? He seen me as a man of understanding, and he was going to wear out that doorstep, trying to figure out, trying to get knowledge. I remember when I first got into the truth, man, you couldn't stop me from asking questions from captains, man. Other brothers in the truth, man. I found my old phone when I first got in the troop. All I had was text messages. Hey, does this go with this? Hey, man, does this here? Why is this here? Well, why did this go this? Why did this do this? And I want to rekindle that same spirit again, man. Guess what? I want to rekindle that same spirit I had when I got in this truth. I want to light that temple back up bright, man, so everybody can see it. And so the Lord can see it, man, above all else. And that's what we encourage brothers and sisters to do. If you're trying to seek understanding, seek wise counsel, trying to do these things to understand and truly how you serve your God, you wear out the brothers and sisters, brothers' doorsteps, man. Call them brothers, man. I'm going to tell you, man, no matter what time of night, them captains going to answer that phone call. And if they don't, they will surely get back to you. I know as many times people call me. People call other brothers. Or we do camp one-on-one. Brothers got a lot of questions. You wearing out that doorstep. And guess what? If a leader, whoever you is, whoever it may be to whom it may concern, if you get tired of wanting to teach and wanting to teach somebody else, that's out of the spirit, man. If they're truly leaning on you so that they can learn how to serve the Most High God, then why not be that beacon of light and be the one that the Lord told you to be? He said you're not laboring for yourself only, but for what? For all those that seek learning. You should always be wanting to teach, man. I'm going to tell you, and I always feel so much better. I ask the Lord to do certain things for me sometimes, man. When I'm feeling kind of down, when I don't feel like I'm reading enough, studying enough, I'm like, Lord, just give me something. And something to come across, like a brother called me, or I had a coworker, a while ago, coworker. Hey, man, something. What's your religion? And boom, lit a candle under me. Going hard about 2 hours. Teaching a brother, man. Going hard, man. Or just getting a reading spirit. I know brothers and sisters ever getting them reading spirits like, damn, I just can't stop reading. That's the spirit, and I love that feeling after, man. It's so euphoric. Like reading precepts, getting understanding, truly coupling what's going on. It feels so good to be in tune with these things, man. I don't know how brothers and sisters else feel about it, but I love the feeling, man. It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thy own desire. As much as you want wisdom, as much as you can get, he'll give it to you, man. Think of what the Lord literally said that, man. If you want some more, hey, go get some more. Go ahead, baby. There's some more plate. I'm telling you. It's always used to be that one person house, one family member house. They could throw down. Or even if it was a mama, somebody in the house. You eating, you get to kind of the end of the fixings of your plate. You're like, damn, I want some more. Then you hear them saying, hey, there's some more out there, baby. Go get you some more. You're like, yeah, that's the Lord with this word, man. You want some, guess what? There's some more in here for you. You hungry? Well, guess what? I got some more. And when you're done with dinner, hey, I got some dessert for you too. Well, I'm full right now. Well, guess what? When you wake up, I got breakfast for you. This is how the Lord does with his word and when it comes to understanding. And all he needs us to do is to have our mind truly set on him. Truly meditating on the commandments, the precepts, being a good and loving brother or sister, showing that brotherly kindness. That's all a part of the commandments and precepts, correct? And this is something that we all have to do. Ultimately, to do what? Continue to build our temple and continue to press forward, man. Shalom, shalom, Moses the messenger, man. Shalom, Mark, shalom. Because watch this. I'm going to go to Sirach chapter 4. As once I became an officer, this is a book that I've been reading a lot. I haven't really been venturing out of the book of Sirach. Now, I have read and I jumped here and from, and I have been reading from the front to the back. But Sirach has really been a book that I've kind of been leaning on heavy because it has a lot of wisdom in it. He said, if you want to learn wisdom, guess what you're going to read, man? You're going to apply yourself to these things. And I feel like this has really been helping me and trying to ground me and humble me and show me what work I need to actually do and the amount of things that I need to continue to contribute myself to. But this is Sirach chapter 4 and verse 31. Let not thy hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay. Read that again. Let not thy hand be stretched out to receive. Your hand every time. Had an example of a brother at camp. Little heathen. Come on, here, you have some money. All the brothers, man, watch out. We don't want your money, Esau. You got a brother, I'll take it. I'll take it. Give it to me. No, man. Or guess what? Anytime it's time to give something, you got a brother that's always, give it to me. Give it to me. Let me be first. Me. But when it's time to get that same back and get that same ample thing back to, oh, man, I don't, just give me some time. I might. Let me see if I got it. I'll get back to you. Come on, man. Think about how you do this with the Lord. The Lord might have gave you understanding. Put you on fire for a whole week. Made all your enemies at peace for you. And all he wants you to do is read and study. I'll do it a little later, Lord. I know you just put it on my spirit to read right now, but I don't really feel like reading. I got you in a little bit. Then what if the Lord start taking his hand back from you? He's not ready to receive and hear your prayers. What if the Lord's doing that? Now you looking at him like, hey. You supposed to take these prayers and answer them. But he's like, well, when it's time for you to give it back, you're not there to repay me, man. The Lord is a just God, and we cannot go about him unjustly. We cannot expect him to increase us and give us what we want if we're not doing what we need to do on the other side, man. It won't work like that, and it will never work like that, man. You going to your teacher, you want your teacher to give you all the good grades, but all she needs you to do is study, and she giving you the keys of how to do it, and you just like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. Well, then how you want her to help you out? I always have people tell me, I can't help you if you can't help yourself. Brothers and sisters got to be willing to help themselves first. Be willing to build up your temple. Be willing to grow. Be willing to help whenever you can. If you got an ample hand and you can help, man, you got to help. Don't let your hand be shortened to do it. Because it's literally in the precepts. Watch this. The book of Salakia. What I want. That's not it. Here we go. I know it's right here. Here we go. Salakia. I know it's right here. Okay. Boom, this is it right here. As you are able. Salakia. I know it's right here, brothers and sisters, and I gotta find it. If not, I ain't gonna let myself make it. Help as you are able. It says another form of slothfulness. That's right, all right? Always willing to get help. Always. But never able to, man. That's always how it goes. That is always how it goes. A lot of times we be willing to take something. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. Heck yeah, I'll take that. All right. But whenever it's time to give it back, you better give it back. You better. Well, how many times have we done that, man? How many times, man? We gotta do better. We have to do better as a nation of people. Man, I am really struggling trying to find this precept. And I know once I find it, I know it's where it is. I know I'm gonna get mad at myself. I'm gonna find it later. So let me get this one. Let's go to Tobit. Let's go to Tobit chapter 12. Let's go to Tobit chapter 12. Let's get a little bit on these alms, man, and we'll come back. Let's go to Tobit chapter 12, and brothers and sisters know. We're gonna go get the classic, chapter 8. Tobit chapter 12, and we're gonna start at verse number 8. It says, prayer is good with fasting, and alms in righteousness, A little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness. It is better to give alms than to lay up gold. Because this is what it is. Like prayer is good with fasting, just like alms in righteousness. It says a little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness, man. It is better to give alms than to lay up gold. If you have the opportunity to help brothers and sisters, not sitting on your talents, not sitting on all the wisdom that you have, because it's not just money. Think if you have all the understanding to pull a brother or sister out the fire and save their souls from hell, and you like, nah, because I don't feel like it today. I don't feel like reading. I don't feel like teaching you who you are. I don't feel like telling you God-chosen people. I don't got time for it today. And you can just go burn, you can go die somewhere, man. That's out the damn spirit, man. And that's not how the Lord does and deal with us. What if Christ on one of them Sabbath days, those many Sabbaths that he kept, and all the apostles and all the prophets, when they went out to the highways and byways, what if they said, man, I ain't going to the highways today? You have people leaning on you, depending on you. Nah, I ain't going to do it today. I'm tired of getting whooped. What if Paul said, I'm tired of getting my ass kicked. I'm tired of being persecuted. I'm tired of having all this knowledge and giving all this understanding, and I'm still catching the back burner from my people. What if we decided on the date, man, I ain't going to do it today? Then you're going to have these people, same people looking for you. Man, what was it? What was understand? Why would he just choose to let me fall like that? Why didn't he want to pick me up? What if Yahweh chose to do these things? All this time he asking us to repent, come back to me. Hey, love me. What if one day he just took his hands off us and just looked the other way? Man, Satan to have his own way with us, and man, it'd probably be few of us left, man. We have to learn how to be grounded, and we have to know how to give alms, man. That's right. It is up to them to give them. We can give them the key, but guess what? We have to give them the key. Because guess what? We in the wrong door. We on the wrong path. The door that we going to, that we think we open up is the kingdom of heaven, is the gates of hell, man. They got one key. And guess what? I know that we got 12 keys because it's 12 gates for the nations of Israel. They got one key, one big old gate, and that's the gate of hell, man, a lake of fire. We got the wrong door, man. We got the wrong key. I'm trying to give you the key to the city. What's that key to the city? The key to Jerusalem. But it's all about us giving that alms, man. Giving our due diligence, not only for ourselves, but to save our brothers and sisters. How many times have brothers and sisters felt good about helping somebody out when it pertains to this truth? How that light that you can see spark in their eye when you see them truly understanding, like, man, that's me. I am that person. I've been needing this my whole life. I'm going to tell you a quick story, man. Me and Officer Razatak and Soldier Ezekiel. It was after the Sabbath. We went to this little pizza place. We in there, and we all ordering, and the sister was like, no, brother. He was like, hey, y'all Hebrews, huh? And I didn't hear him at first. He said, hey, man, y'all Hebrews. I was like, yeah, brother. He's like, yeah, I know who y'all are. I know what y'all is. Yeah, Israelites. This and that. Start going through there. So then we started engaging them, talking to them, and then the sister. So Ezekiel started talking to the brother, and then me and Razatak, we started talking to the sister. So we're teaching the sister, telling her, say, yeah, my mama does this and that, this and this and that. And so we're teaching her and telling her, you can just see her, my mind, like she was truly puzzled and was astonished by these things. And the sister literally said out her mouth, she said, man, I feel so ignorant. She said, I feel so, I feel bad that I've been doing this, knowing it. And it's like you can literally see her changing, man. And brothers was happy to see that. Like, she said that. She said, damn, I feel so bad. I feel ignorant and naive for not really knowing this. She said, I appreciate y'all so much. Not I will do this and this and that. And we kind of went on. Started talking to the brothers. Started, going through around all along those realms. But when you looking at these things, man, we felt no greater joy that day. We just finished doing the work. We just finished teaching in downtown. We didn't have to teach those brothers and sisters. We didn't have to, but we wanted to. That thrill, that enjoyment, that excitement we get from seeing a brother and sister truly wanting to learn and grow. And guess what? Whether they applied it or not, that's completely on them and the Lord, right? Isn't that what it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 3? Let's go to 1 Corinthians real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 in verse 6. It says, I have planted, Apollo watered, but Yahweh gave the increase. So a lot of times we planting all these seeds, man. Like even Brother Lamar said, the key. We giving brothers and sisters all these keys, man. What it said, $1 million worth of free game, right? A kingdom worth of free game. It says one of us could plant, and then we come back and water it. But ultimately, who gives the increase? Yahweh. To see if that seed is really worthy of being built up. But it's completely all on the Lord. But it's up to us in order to do the work, in order to see whether the Lord is find that fruit or find that plant acceptable in his sight. Because what if there was an acceptable fruit in the sight of the Lord, an acceptable plant that he wanted to be grown, tilled, and taken care of, and you didn't want to do it? That's not what the Lord requires, man. Because watch this. Let's go back to Tobit, chapter 12. Start at verse 9. It says, for alms do it deliver from death, and shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life. But they that sin are enemies to their own life, man. And that's the point, man. Alms delivers us from death. Think about it. Every time you're doing the work, you're shaking a hand. You're being a great wife, a great husband, a great leader, a great father, a great mother, a great teacher, a great studier. Guess what you're doing, man? You're delivering yourself from the gates of hell, man. No lake of fire for you. This brother and sister have been putting in work from the beginning. They giving much alms, man. You got a spot. So watch this. Didn't this happen with Cornelius? Watch this. Let's go to Acts chapter 10. Let's go to Acts chapter 10 and start at verse 1. It says, there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band. So we know that this man Cornelius, he was in the Italian band, which doesn't make his nationality from Italy or being a Roman or being an Italian. He was just in that band. He was in that area. That does not make him not an Israelite. Guess what? You can have an American. You can have a Judite in China serving the U.S. Army. Now, is that person a U.S. Army? Does that make them an American? Does it make them a Japanese? Or does it make them a Judite, man? Makes them a Judite. So watch this verse 2. It says, a devout man and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to God always. Come on, man. Because watch this verse 4. It says, when he looked on him, he was lucky. Verse 3. He saw in a vision evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of God coming into him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, what is it, Lord? And he said unto him, thy prayers and thy alms are come up for a memorial before Yahweh, man. Think about these things, man. The amount of work and amount of persevering that you've done in this truth, the alms that you put in. And the Lord say, he sent an angel say, hey, those alms and your prayers, they done came up for a memorial before the Lord. Like, I don't really think brothers and sisters can fathom. Like, bro, I just got chills thinking of that. Thinking about you been putting in the work and the Lord sent Gabriel or Michael. He sent one of the holy archangels, man, to come tell you in a vision, hey, all that stuff you've been doing, your prayers, your alms, hey, the Lord got it, man. It's right here. They come up for a memorial. The Lord came to honor you in these things and what you've done. And brothers and sisters, truly fathom that feeling, that emotion that Cornelius was feeling. He was doing these things to get a benefit once he dies, man. He was giving us much alms and fearing the Lord because he knew if he feared the Lord and he served him all the way wholeheartedly, what would he get? The kingdom. But he caught him while he was living and came into a vision. A lot of times, brothers and sisters, they know we pushing this truth. We're doing the work. We giving much alms because this is where we want to go when we ultimately, guess what? We may pass, right? From this life, from this body. But it's think if the Lord called and sent the angel to you right now because the amount of work that you've been doing. That should burn a fire and desire in brothers and sisters' spirit to want to keep going, to want to kind of go harder, to dig in a little bit deeper. Because the same way the Lord sent the angel to Cornelius is the same way he can send an angel to you. Same way he sent Gabriel, Michael, the archangels to Daniel, even in Tobit. When he sent Salakia, I do not want to butcher it. When he sent Raphael, he literally sent the angel to Tobit and Tobias to guess what? To protect him and to keep him safe on his journey. What if the Lord sent one of those mighty archangels to personally come to you, greet you, and protect you, and said, hey, your mighty arms and your prayers, they came before the Lord right now. The Most High God, somebody we can't even fathom the amount of power and knowledge and the amount of grace that he has upon his children. He sends his angel to tell you these things, man. This is something we want to build to and inspire to when we're trying to dedicate our temples unto him. When you give your temple to the Most High God, you want him to look at it and say, man, that's a nice temple. How he dwelt in Solomon's temple, how he dwelt in Moses' temple, how he dealt ultimately in our temples, how he's trying to do now. You always want to make a good house guest, man, for the Lord. You want to make sure he wants to come back here. Like he said on Friday, come back. Whenever you feel like the Lord is departing, you want to make sure that house is nice and neat for the Lord. Because if you're not doing it, what are you doing? Like I said in Matthew chapter 12, you just opening the door and you making it swept and furnished for more and wicked and diverse spirits to come in. That's why the Lord is so poetic, man. I'm talking about the Lord is so poetic. He said an unclean spirit going through, right? Like we know Matthew chapter 12, right? Verse 40 on down. The Lord said, man, I'm the temple. I'm dwelling within you. But you kick the Lord out and you bring in Pam, Gina, Renee, Shonda, Rhonda, Ponda, Dawn. You taking all these wicked spirits. You kick Christ out. You kick Yahweh out. Now you gone. I'm finna turn up in the temple. You swept and garnished it for them, not for the Lord. Now what do you think the Lord, when he come back home, and he looking at it like, you think he gonna want to stay there? Or you think he should just cast it off, man? He gonna cast it off. It's better that I just cast it off, man. Cut it down. Hopefully it'll grow again. You want to make sure you dedicating the right things to the Most High God, man. Give Abel offerings, not Cain offerings, man. This is how we want to do these things. You always want to make sure you give the best that you absolutely can to the Most High God. Because you don't know when you'll have another opportunity to give it to him, man. You don't never know when your time is up and you don't have no more opportunity to give to the Most High God. Because Yahweh is going to live forever. Christ is at the right hand of the Most High God. The angels have tasks. The Lord is going to keep them going and thriving until whenever. But for us, he said our life is like earth and ashes, man. How much more can we try to give to the Lord in these last days? When you feel like you want to slack and you kind of want to go back on some of the things you gave to the Lord because the world is just truly kicking your ass, just think if the Lord didn't give you no more time after that. I'm going to tell y'all, brothers and sisters, this is something from me personally. I was up all night one night and I was sitting there. I'm like, man, what if the Lord don't wake me up tomorrow? What if he don't wake my kid up? What if he don't wake my wife up? What? And I sat there and I was up for some hours, man. I'm like, man, I know I should have been reading more. I should have been studying more. And I truly broke down to the Lord. And I was just like, Lord, just please forgive me. Please give me an opportunity. Lord, please wake me up tomorrow. Like, Lord, I want to get this right. I want to serve you. I want to be a servant. I want to make it to the second wilderness. I want to make it to the kingdom. And a lot of times we have to humble ourselves down and truly think about these things. And that was my last class, because a lot of times we take small things for granted, man. We take waking up for granted. Now, I live a healthy life. I'll wake up. I know I am. But the Lord don't want you to. Babies are probably the most healthiest things when they come out. Straight fed from their mother's womb, taken care of, fed good breast milk. And the Lord they won't wake up. Well, guess what, brother and sister, living the most healthy lifestyle. And some days they just don't wake up. Brothers and sisters, when the Lord chooses to call your number, you want to make sure you have your spirit in order. You want to make sure that temple is dedicated all the way. Think about these things. When David passed and when David gave the charge to Solomon, he had his household in order. He had his household in order so Solomon could build the temple, man. And we have to meditate on these things and keep our mind straight, wholehearted on the Lord, and can never give up on these things, man. Because when we do, we'll fall and we'll lose ourselves in these things. And that's nothing that we want to do. That's nothing I want to do. So watch this, man. Let's go to Sirach chapter 29. All praise to the Most High. I found the precept. I knew it was right here, but I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to get on my own self. I didn't have it underlined. I don't highlight. I didn't have it underlined. So I looked past it, but all praise to the Most High. He gave it back to me. All praise. Go to Sirach chapter 29 and verse 20. The book of Sirach chapter 29 and verse 20. Help thy neighbor according to thy power, and beware that thyself fall. So like beware that thyself fall not into the same. So whenever you can, help a brother and sister out. Whenever you do see things that need to be done within the building, help in as much as realms as you can, right? Guess what? If you know you don't have a lot of money to give to Alms or whatever the funds may be that need to go to, well, then guess what? Hey, that's just something you can't do. Or if you know you have asthma, you know you can't move the best because you have bad knees, bad legs, and you can't clean how you want to and help the body out like that. Okay, but help what you can. That's what the Lord is looking for, that effort, right? Because that's a part of your alms. So watch this. Let's go to Sirach 35. Let's see what he's saying. It says, Sirach 35, I started verse 1. He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough. He that taketh heed to the commandment offereth a peace offering. And when you keeping the law and you doing what you need to do, that's you bringing those offerings. That's you bringing those alms, man. If you can't sit there and get down on the floor and scrub, or if you don't have the amount of money, or guess what, you might not have just what a brother and sister might need at that moment, you can try to help and give what you can, man. If it's a precept, if it's just, that's why the Lord said, he said, hey, the word is better than gifts, man. If I can't give you nothing else but some precepts, well then damn it, I'm gonna give you some precepts, man. Because those will go a long way. It'll help brothers and sisters grow. Because I'm gonna tell you, that money is temporary. That money will go away, but these precepts and the Lord's word abideth forever. A phone call, that's right, sis. And I'm gonna tell you, that's one thing that I beat myself up on, because I kind of get distracted, and I'm telling you, I truly do. And I don't call. As many times I want to call certain brothers and certain sisters and check in on them. And I'll just kind of lose track of time. I'll forget about it. Or I'll kind of make an excuse. Oh, it's late. I don't want to call them. What if they need you right now? Guess what? You rather hear, man, my bad, I'm kind of busy. Can I call you back tomorrow? Than you not call at all. And the brothers and sisters saying and praying to the Lord, I need somebody right now. I need somebody. Ain't nobody here for me. I'd rather somebody tell me they busy than me not call them at all, man. And them feeling like I don't love them as much, man. Is whatever you can give to a brother and sister, man, you give it to them. This is what it all becomes of dedicating your temple to the Lord. Because when you dedicating your temple to the Lord, you're giving you whatever you possibly can. So you can tell the Lord, Lord, I gave you everything I had. Because what did it say in Sirach 43 and 30? He said you can never go far enough. Whatever you give to the Lord, he going to double it back, man. Whatever. And a lot of times, brothers and sisters, we just got to meditate on these things seriously, man. Man, I'm talking about we had a passing this past week in Israel. One of our mighty brothers, the doc, man, the Lord called him. He gave up the ghost, right? You don't know when these brothers and sisters, last time you ever talk to them or you'll see them. That's the last thing you can give. The last things you can do, man. Just do it for the family, man. Do it for the body. Do it for yourself, man. So the Lord at the end of these end all be all can say, hey, well done, my well and faithful servant, man. This is something we want to do. You want to give as you are able, man. You want to make sure you give as much as you are able. And I'm going to tell you, man, that just all comes a part of it. It is. Let's go to this next precept. Let's go to... Let's go to Sirach 29. I know I was just in 29. I'm going to jump up to verse 1. It says, he that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor, and he that strengtheneth his hand keepeth the commandments. Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need, and pay thou thy neighbor again in due season. So whenever it's time to help brothers and sisters out, whenever it's time to put in the work, think about it. The Maccabees, they all had a collective group of brothers wholeheartedly set on building the temple. They all lended to one another. Hey, you need a hammer and let me help you. You need to watch my back, I'll watch your back. Like Ezra and them building the temple. Many times when you see brothers and sisters building a temple, they all had each other's back, man. We are building one spiritual house. That's the Lord's house. And guess what? In these small things, in these small battles, we all building each other up, man. You might have needed a wall right here. You needed some good help. Now, brother built your wall, and you over here helping him build his roof. Oh, I'm fixing your door. I'm fixing your window, sis, because you ain't seeing clearly right now. Well, sis, I'm helping you out too. I'm fixing your doorbell so you can hear when people calling you. There's a lot of times when we sitting up here and you're doing the work, you may be responsible for building the foundation. Another brother might be responsible for building a window, just cutting the grass. Don't get mad or don't get in your feelings when you feel like somebody is not contributing as much as you did. It's many accounts and many stories in the Bible that you had Christ literally about Martha. What did he say? He said, Martha, Martha. He said, Mary is doing a good job. Mary is doing what she needs to do. You do yours, man. Of course, very roughly paraphrasing. But a lot of times we get beside ourselves worrying about other people's lot and other people's work. But this is the work that the Lord bestowed upon you. So take great joy in these things. If the Lord made you responsible for cooking for a whole congregation, all praise to the Most High. The Lord trusted your hands in order to feed a whole body, man. Think about it. The Lord trusted you, man, for you to feed and nurture a whole congregation, man. The Lord kept the captains in line and made them strong enough to feed the whole flock of sheep in this one specific area in this building. The Lord trusted you enough to be as clean and as neat and as organized as you are to be responsible of cleaning the building. Not to say that you don't need help or you're not going to get help, because that's what brothers and sisters contribute on their small part. But this is what the Lord put on you. This is your main responsibility. And every brother should sit back and listen and be grateful and thankful for the things that Most High God has given you, because these are ultimately what? Laying up your treasures for heaven. That is how you build your temple. This is how you do it, by giving those alms, by being happy about giving those alms, man. And about putting in the work. That's what he said in Sirach 35. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about, man. Get a couple more precepts. We get up out of here, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna go to First Maccabees. Let's go to First Maccabees, man. Let's see some alms, man. Let's get an account of some righteous alms real quick. It's it right here. First Maccabees chapter 4. First Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 18. It says, unto whom, Salaki. Matter of fact, we'll start at verse 17. First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 17. Salaki. Who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude, and so strong, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day? So this is an account of Judas, man, and the alms that he gave to the congregation of Israel at this time, the help and the aid that he gave to him. He says, unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few, and with the God of heaven it is all one, to deliver with a great multitude or a small company. For the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven. They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, in our wives, in our children, and to spoil us. But we fight for our lives and our laws. Judas, his arms right now is strengthening the people, giving them that help and necessary strength and peace, and comfort of mind that Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, is going to fight for us in this time, man. He said, man, we fighting for our lives and our laws right now. It says, wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them. But watch this. I want to get another one. It's another one that I want. It's another one. Most I willing, I think I can find it. It's another account that I want. Is that it? No, it's not it. Here we go. Let me see. Let me see. Here we go. Boom. Here we go. Second Maccabees chapter 13. Second Maccabees chapter 13. We'll start at verse. Man, this whole thing is fire. Man, it's fire. Let's start at verse 11. And that he would not suffer the people that had even now been but a little refreshed to be in subjection to the blasphemous nation. So guess what? This is when the Grecians, Antiochus, right? Eupator. This is when he was coming with all subjection to try to come back and get Judas ultimately, right? And they just got a little bit of peace. The temple was just not builded. They tired, right? They said they had a little refreshed. It so when they had done all this, so when they had all done this together and besought the merciful Lord with weeping and fasting and lying flat upon the ground 3 days long, Judas, having exhorted them, commanded they should be in readiness. And this is what it was. This is the alms that they put up. This is the alms they did for the Lord with fasting and praying. And guess what? Judas, and ultimately, guess what? Strengthened them and exhorted them to be in readiness. And then what was the thing the Lord gave back to them? Strength. The victory, man. Because watch this. It says, in Judas being apart with the elders, determined before the king's host should enter into Judea and get the city to go forth and try the matter and fight by the help of the Lord. Jump down. Well, reading on. So when he had committed all to the creator of the world and exhorted his soldiers to fight manfully, even unto death, for the laws, the temple, the city, the country, and the commonwealth, he camped by Modin, and having given the watchword to them that were about him, victory is of Yahweh. With the most valiant and choice young men, he went into the king's tent by night and slew in the camp about 4,000 men and the chiefest of the elephants with all that were upon him. In verse 17, this was done in the break of day because the protection of the Lord did help him. And this is the point, man. When we're building our temple, when we're going to war, when we're doing all these things, man, we always need the help of the Most High God, man. We're going to lean on like-minded brothers and sisters. And we're going to, guess what, ultimately trust in the Most High God and know that he's going to protect us, man. Like it says in what? Sirach chapter 37, right? Sirach 37 and 12. Being continued around a godly man. You want to make sure you surround yourself with brothers and sisters who are going to help you and aid you in building the temple. What if Ezra and Nehemiah didn't hang around each other? What if one was trying to tear down the other? Do you think that temple would have got built in order? What if Solomon wasn't in order and he didn't truly want to listen to his father, man? These are things that we have to sit there and constantly meditate upon. When you're going through the Feast of Dedication, when you're going through your everyday life, you want to surround yourself with brothers and sisters who you know are going to help you build your temple up, man. Help me build this temple, man. Help me put in this work. Help me grow as a brother or sister in this truth, man. Help me truly to try to serve the Lord thy God, man. Help me, man. And this is what it said in Acts, man. He said, how can I except some man should guide me, right? What is that, Acts chapter 8? Acts chapter 8 and verse 30, right? With Philip, man. With Philip and all these people. He said, how can I except some man should guide me? When we want understanding, when we want brothers and sisters to help, man, this is what we need. And this is why we call upon one another. So brothers and sisters, when you are giving alms, knowing that these alms and the things that you do, whether it be small or great, man, that they're all working to the building of a kingdom. They're all working to the building of your own personal temple, your spiritual battle, the things that you come through and the things that you travel and travail with all the day long. All these things going to come with it, man. That is the trial that is set before man. That is the condition of the battle. That man which is born upon this earth must fight, man. You have to keep going. You have to keep striving. You have to keep building. The Feast of Dedication is a great example of how you can be so beat up, battered, and decayed, your temple, and then how you can turn around with like-minded brothers and sisters and not only build yourself up, but get a bigger picture and building up your own congregation, building up another brother, building up another sister, just keep going, man. This is not a race like a 100-meter dash. This is a marathon. We all trying to finish this race. And if we can help brothers and sisters along the way, well, then all praise to the Most High. Let's do it, man. This is how we do these things, and this is how we love one another, man. This is that brotherly and sisterly love, right? Let's get this last precept. The book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Now we're giving, guess what? Our bodies as these living sacrifices. How the Maccabees dedicated the temple to the Most High God. We're dedicating these temples to the Most High God. We're giving our reasonable service now, man. If it comes with me having to be tired, because I just finished working Esau job to go up to the building and to guess what? Get the decorations right for dedication. Well, so be it. If it takes me going about my way to cook to make sure that I can not only feed myself but a whole congregation, so be it. If it takes me having to take hours out of my day, much blood, sweat, and tears to sit here and clean a building and get it straight in order for Most High God, so be it. If it takes time for me to study, to read, pray, and fast, not only for myself, but for brothers and sisters who depend on me to come out with a class every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sabbath day, Sunday, then so be it. If it takes me being in order to guide my household, man, to be a great wife, to be a great husband, great father, great leader, then so be it. That is my reasonable service, not only for them, but for the Lord. So when the Lord takes these things back and he's making a recount and a recount of all the things that you've done, he can say, what? Well done, my faithful servant. Guess what? Go through that door right there and go be with the children of Israel. When you're dedicating your temple, know who you're doing it for. Guess what? Those people that are here on earth and those fleshly people, your brothers and sisters in this truth, will see some residual benefits. But ultimately, you're doing this for the Lord. And guess what? Us doing it for the Lord is ultimately doing it for the nation of Israel. That is our reasonable service. That is that living sacrifice. That is acceptable to the Lord. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the reasoning of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable, and perfect will of God. And this is how we perform the perfect will of God, by making ourselves and bodies a living sacrifice, man. We bring the right things to the Lord, and we dedicate the right things in these temples. And watch how the Lord does, man. He'll give you 40 years of peace, like he gave Solomon, man. Like he gave King David, man. Mighty men. Those 3 days, man, come on, man. Brothers and sisters have to see this and have the vision. If you don't have the vision, it said the prophet out of vision, I surely fail. If you don't have the vision, guess what? You better wear out those wise men and those elders' doorsteps and get the vision. Get the understanding. See the kingdom. Because if you can't see it, you don't have nothing to inspire to. You have nothing to grow to. If you don't see the blueprint and the foundation of how to build your temple, guess what? You'll never know. You always lack, man. Come on, man. And this is what we have to do as one another. And this is how we have to grow. And this is how we have to do these things, man. We have to. We have to. Because watch this. I'm going to jump down. I'm going to jump down. These are some of the gifts, man. Man. I'm going to read verse 6, man. I got to read this whole thing. This whole fire, man. This whole thing is fire. It says, having then gifts, differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, and he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation, he that giveth, let him do with simplicity, he that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. These are all gifts and things that we can dedicate to our temples, brothers and sisters. And these are all things that not only benefit us in our path and goal of righteousness to the kingdom, but this benefits everybody else, man. Exhortation, that's when you exhorting one another. Love, guess what? Giving, those are alms. The ministering, the teaching, the prophesying. It says abhorring the evil, loving the good. It says, be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. If you don't have a good time with your brothers and sisters who are trying to build the temple with you, man, that's out the spirit, man. I know us and the Brews, man, yesterday and the sisters, man, we had a great time, man. Kicked it to about, probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever o'clock in the morning it was. Had a great time in the spirit with brothers and sisters, man. And we'll continue to do it. And guess what? Best believe tomorrow night when we at this ball, man, that time is going to be had. Because why? Man, we love one another with that brotherly love. I promise you, brothers and sisters, if y'all have any problem with brothers and sisters, just imagine if they were no longer in the truth. Imagine if the Lord took them, killed them off. Would you still feel like that? Damn, I miss that sister, man, all them Sabbath days. I know she got on my nerves, but I love that sister, man. I wouldn't want nothing ill, bad, or nothing to harm them, man. Well, you better love them, man, while they here. Because one day you're here and one day you're not, man. A lot of times we let pride and envy deter our judgment, man. We just lost a brother that was near and dear to us. Somebody you thought you would have just keep seeing until Christ came back. Not here no more, man. Somebody's father is not coming home again. Somebody's husband, somebody's wife, somebody's daughter, somebody's son is not coming home again. Why take this time for granted while you having all these things in your heart and your spirit, man? Why dedicate that to the Lord and to your temple? Why do it? That is not the right thing to do. That is not in the spirit. Brothers and sisters better love one another how the Lord commanded us to love one another. He didn't say you got to be buddy-buddy with everybody. Christ had his within his own 12. Guess what, man? You're going to have more people that you lean on closer than these things. But you better believe, you better love everybody, man. And when I say everybody, I'm talking about the nation of Israel. If you're on that 12 tribes chart, man, let's not play the games. It says, be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints. Man, we only give to the saints, man. We giving to our people, man. We here for our people. Give into hospitality. Bless them which persecute you. Bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Be of the same mind, one towards another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceit, man. Man, this whole thing is just fire, man. I'm going to read verse 21. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Brothers and sisters, when y'all dedicating that temple, making sure y'all give the able offering, the good offering, not the evil one. Don't let your mind, don't let Satan, don't let these out of the spirit wicked thoughts turn you from giving good alms to the Most High God, man. When you have opportunity to do right by the Lord, you do it, man. Stop sitting there and waiting for another brother to do it. Stop waiting for another sister to do it. You do it. Because I'm going to tell you, if it's a draft and the Lord said, hey, I got 144,000 and 1/3 to make it to the kingdom of heaven. If I see some work that need to be done and another brother ain't going to do it, am I going to sit there and bicker and complain and say, why they ain't doing nothing? They don't never clean up. They don't never do this. I don't never see them doing that. Or guess what? Am I going to do it? Because when the Lord call up my account and me and that brother, me and that sister sitting side by side, and he called me and said, well done, my faithful servant. He look at them and be like, hey, too bad, so sad. And he read the accounts of all the times they coulda, woulda, shoulda, or finna. And he pulled that Ciroc 6 and 32 on them. If they wanted to, they would. But you did. It'd be all worth the while. And all the times that you could have said something, but you held your tongue and you stayed in the spirit, man. Brothers and sisters, better meditate on these things. I tell a brother all the time, hey, guess what? If you don't want to do the work, I will. But best believe I'm taking all these arms. I'm taking it all, man. I'm going to take all these arms. I'm going to take all the stuff that come with it. I'm going to take it all. If you ain't going to clean up, I'm going to clean up. Because when the Lord called these accounts up, I want to be in front of you. I love you, I want the best for you. I want you to keep the commandments and live. But if it's me and you to make it to the kingdom, and that's that last slot, I'm going to make sure I get more arms than you so I can make it, man. It's nothing hateful about it. We all in the same race. And guess what? Somebody going to have to lose. I pray to, God forbid, I pray to Most High God, have mercy and grace upon all those who are striving to keep the commandments. But at the end of the day, brothers and sisters got to make their own calling and election sure, right? Because we all got to make this walk by ourselves. The Lord said in 2 Corinthians 7:7, only one person can fit through this door at a time. So if you that last person to get in and the door is locked behind them, I'm trying to get in before you, man. And this is what all comes by with dedicating your temple, giving ample alms, giving what you are able, and doing the mighty work of Yahweh, man. And with that, man, we're going to say shalom. Shalom to brothers and sisters that tuned in, man. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Help us push the truth around the four corners of the earth, man. Thank you, brothers and sisters who give to the Alms, the GoFundMe, the Cash Apps, man. That money's being greatly used for, guess what, not only the dedication fees, not only for the light bill, but guess what, rent, helping out other brothers and sisters who may need help, who are struggling, who just need, guess what, another helping hand, man. A little source of income, man. This money goes everywhere. It's not being used for folly or wickedness. It's always using for the edification of a nation. Thank you, brothers and sisters who give spiritual alms, man. Mighty prayers, mighty fastings, not only for themselves, but for the whole nation of Israel. You're constantly reading, you're constantly praying, hoping that one time you'll have an opportunity to teach a brother, teach a sister, save them from the pits of hell, giving them the understanding that they need. All praise to the Most High for you, brothers and sisters, man. Here at the Battle Axes, man, we always finish with a law, statute, or commandment, right? And we're going to finish with... We're going to probably finish with a law, man. Matter of fact, we might just read the dedication. No, brothers and sisters. No, we're going to read that whole dedication tomorrow. Let me see. Let's see what I want. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read Philippians too. I'm going to read Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And this is something that we always have to do, right? It says, for it is of God, For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of Yahweh, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Amashiach, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yea, and if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with you all. Man, this is something mighty that we have to do, man. We have to do everything without disputings and murmurings, doing the will of the Lord so we can be blameless in that day. Because look at where we at. We're in a mighty and wicked, perverse nation right now. We're in a nation of Babylon, man, in this wicked kingdom. We're going to shine as lights, and we want to be blameless when we see these things, man. Brothers and sisters want to keep themselves unspotted, man. Don't have no blemishes. Be that perfect will and offering when the Most High God chooses to call you up. I love you, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, stay strong, stay in the spirit. If you ever have problems, man, reach out to the captain's leaderships, email the numbers. Anytime when brothers and sisters feeling down and out, know that you have brothers and sisters you can lean on in these last days, man. I'm Officer Donovan, the Battle Axes of the Most High, man. Thank you, brothers and sisters. If y'all are trying to come with us and congregate and to keep the Feast of Dedication when we have our ball tomorrow, contact leadership. Get in contact and y'all get ready to watch a mighty class tomorrow when the captains bring out a mighty Sabbath class. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Man, this mighty, mighty strong Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.